What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to some more Pittsburgh Pirates franchise. And today we have the May recap for the month of, May, obviously. Usually I do like 3 videos of gameplay between recaps, but for some reason my capture card did not want to record the game against San Diego, which wasn't very entertaining anyway, but still it kind of sucks to see. But today we'll, just go over the usual stat standings, player injuries. Also going to have the first year player draft in this one, as we had the 17th pick in that, so we'll get to that at the end of the video. But we'll take a look at the standings. We're currently third, 4 games out of the division. The Cubs have jumped us, but we're still, very much in the race for the division title, only 2 months in. And then looking at the wild card, we actually still have the second wild card. Cubs have jumped the Phillies to take the top one. So if the playoffs were to start, there'd be 3 NL Central teams, and we'd have to play the Cubs in the wild card, so still plenty to play for, right in the thick of things. Let's get to the league leaders. Young Ho Gong, still up there in average, currently 11, 317. And then Starlin Marte, creeping up there in hits in the leadoff spot. He's quietly turning his season around, getting that average up towards 300. And then Adam Frazier in doubles is tied for the lead. And then Corey Dickerson's right there too. So the top of the order, top 4 guys are really hitting, which I expected them to, but it's the bottom of the order I think that's hitting well. That is the reason we are doing so well. Guys like Kevin Newman, who really wasn't even going to start, but he outplayed Mike Gonzalez in spring training, won the job. And of course you have Marte on the triples list. Looks like 3, Corey Dickerson, and then Gregory Polanco, who's starting to turn his season around a little bit too. And then we'll go home runs. Young Ho Gong, obviously last episode he had his 18th and 19th home runs. That's still good for first in the National League, as he just continues his absolute tear. We didn't even know if we'd have him at the start of the year, so awesome to see. He did fall to second in RBIs behind Hosmer, but it's still at 49. He's on pace for like 57 home runs. That's 57 homers, 130 some RBIs. It's crazy. Corey Dickerson also right there, 7th on the list with 40 RBIs. So he's on pace for 120 ribbies. Our 3-4 guys getting it done. And then Gong, 5th in runs, on pace for about 100 or so of those. And Marte, like I said, his season is quietly having a good year. He's right behind him there, 37 runs scored. Gong still leading the way in slugging percentage of the National League as well. Fell off the on base, but that's still good for second in OPS in the entire National League. So we'll definitely take that from him. Hopefully he can keep that going. And then on the pitching side of things, despite yesterday's collapse, Taillon is still tied for the lead in wins, which, that wins is like the least important category, but it's still good to see. So that means he's at least getting his quality innings in. And Trevor Williams also going to make the list there. So those are our top 2 guys with Archer out, so it's good to see them there. Felipe Vasquez still quietly having a good year. I don't think we've shown him in a gameplay video, but he does have 14 saves. And then ERA, Trevor Williams actually overtakes Taillon, getting that ERA under 3 at 2.64. Very nice to see that for him. And Taillon was like 2.13 until he gave up those 9 runs yesterday. Williams also up in home runs allowed. And then Taillon strikeouts. Definitely, he had 10 strikeouts yesterday in that game, despite, before everything went south. So he's killing it, 75 on the season. Innings pitched, he's up there at 6th. It's a toss-up. I think he's still the ace of the staff. I think that was just one bad game. We don't want to focus too much in on that. Then Nick Kingham, he's our 5th starter. He's doing pretty good. He is actually the guy he started the game that the game capture footage lost. And he did pretty well in that game. So I'm pretty happy with the rotation for the most part. Take a look at it a little more in depth. Like I said, Tyon 3.03 ERA, 8-3, 75 Ks. Chad Kuhl, he's not doing well, but obviously Mitch Keller's back from injury, so we could bring him up. Maybe, I don't know. We'll give Kuhl a little longer. I don't want to rush Keller up, especially when we are still winning games. And then Trevor Williams, 6-4, 2.64 ERA, 44. Strikeouts doing pretty good. Joe Musgrove, he's not doing so great either. That's another thing, maybe move. I kind of was hoping Kuhl would pitch well, and then we could, if we bring up Keller, swap out for Musgrove or put Musgrove in the bullpen. I don't know. We're going to give it another month, I think, and see how everything shakes out. And then Kingham, he's got an 3.18 ERA. Very good for the fifth starter. I mean, I'm happy with what he's doing. We'll take a look at the bullpen side of things. Lindor, like I said, he's really not helping us. He's really the only one in the bullpen not doing so well. So we could DFA him at any time, but it is nice to have that lefty guy out of the bullpen that can eat up innings. Like in yesterday's game, we needed him yesterday. So it's nice to have him in those situations, but you would like to see him do a little better. Otherwise, the rest of the bullpen's doing pretty good, what I expected. I mean, I didn't expect to have issues with them this year anyway. It's probably, in a year or two when some of them are going to be traded or, we'll have to figure it out then. But for now, I think we're good. Taking a look at the lineup, like I said, Marte's having a good year. Frazier's quietly still hitting 278 out of the 2-hole. Gong's just killing it. I mean, 19-49, hitting 300. Didn't expect that from him, but we'll take it. Polanco's getting that average up 250. I think I'm actually going to switch him and Josh Bell around in the lineup, though, just because we actually will have to switch the lineup a little bit. I'll show you at the end of the video, but I think I want to give, Bell a shot at the 5-hole and then, just take some more pressure off Polanco. Try to ease him into things. Cervelli had that big RBI single in the last game. And then taking a look at the bench, and they're doing what they should be doing. I don't think anyone's overachieving by any means, but I don't think anyone's really costing us at this point. Especially Cervelli's been playing better. Take a look at the injury list. Chris Archer still has about a month or two on the DL. Hopefully he comes off before the trade deadline just in case we're sellers. Maybe we could try to move him. I don't know. But again, like I said, Mitch Keller's off the DL. So, he's back in AAA pitching every 5th day. He's probably going to be the first guy called up when we do call up a pitcher. But obviously, we're going to give it a month or two still, I think, and see how everything shakes out before the deadline. So on to players of the month, pitcher of the month in the American League, James Paxton of the Yankees gets it 1.40 ERA, 4-0. Player of the month was Aaron Judge, hit 11 homers, 30 RBIs, and 81 at-bats. And the rookie of the month was Eric Stamets. On to the National League. Kyle Hendricks gets pitcher of the month. Definitely deserving, I guess, but Trevor Williams, I thought, pitched very well. Same with Harper. 11 homers, 24 RBIs. I believe Gong had better numbers, but you're probably not going to give him the player of the month 2 months in a row. And then rookie of the month, Nick Anderson, Marlins reliever. So now we're going to focus now on the first-year player draft here. We had the 17th pick, so all the blue chips were gone by the time we got there. So I'm just going to go over who we got, and I'll do more with the minor leaguers in a future video. So we're just going to show you kind of what everything is. Jake Esquivel was our first-round pick. B potential, 75 overall already. Probably the best player available, I think, at the time, so I think we got that right. He can help us. He's 18 years old. He's already 75 overall out of Mexico. He's probably going to be able to help us next year even. I mean, I could definitely see him getting the call up at 19 years old. So he's got major league stuff already. Not too much to work on. I don't think, he's going to get super good, but he could definitely be a middle of the rotation guy. And then Kevin Weinstein was not a good pick. These next couple were not great. We took a couple first basemen. I signed him just to kind of so we have bodies in the minors, but I don't expect much from him. He has power. That's about it, though. Plays, respectable defense for our first baseman. Does Jermaine Hughes. But I don't see either of these guys really, making that much of an impact. And then our fourth pick was Connie Tata. I love the name. He's going to be, I think, more of a bench player. I don't see him being an everyday guy, but he can definitely play some defense, and he's a quick guy. He's got to work on his hitting numbers, though. And then Doug Pollard, second baseman. Again, kind of the same thing. He's a quicker guy, going to be probably more of a defensive player. Don't know, if he's ever really going to amount to much for us, but we're going to give him a shot, being like a 5th-round pick. So nothing too big there. And then Frank Zamora was our 7th-round pick. We drafted a third baseman, but he was terrible. I didn't sign him. Frank Zamora, I think, peak potential 58 overall. 19 years old for a 7th-round pick. That's pretty good. Especially, like I said, with 17th pick. I thought we did all right. So I simmed ahead to go to the next gameplay game. Francisco Novelli breaks his hand, like literally the first day. So we're going to put him on the DL for 2 months. Unfortunately, don't know if he'll be off in time for the trade deadline if we want to move him. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if we're buyers or sellers anyway. I'd like to say we're buyers, but you never know. So Elias Diaz is going to get the start. I was contemplating giving him more at-bats anyway. Now the injury gods have forced a hand at that. 78 overall. He's got good contact. Plays good defense. I think he'll do just fine for us. I'm not worried. We called up Steve Barron from AAA to replace him on the bench. And hopefully Cervelli gets healthy and gets back for us. But I think Diaz will be just fine during that time. And so that's pretty much the recap. We're still over 500, guys. I mean, I'm surprised, but I'm excited about this next month. If you guys are, smash that like button. Let me know in the comments what you think of the team through the first 2 months. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Till next time, peace.